Mahindra was the first car maker to bring in a subcompact SUV, which could seat 7 individuals. And you're right if you thought it was the TUV300. Now, however, the company decided to add a couple more seats to make things a bit more interesting. Now up front, it looks like the TUV300. Well, in fact, it is the TUV300. But if you move to the side, some more, a little more, there you go. Now you can see that extension beyond the C-pillar. So this is the TUV300 Plus, which gets additional length of 405 millimeters, taking the total length of the car to 4,400 millimeters. So it's not a subcompact SUV anymore. And that's a practical solution according to the company, because it can seat 9 people. Well, that's what Mahindra says. But the rear of the car actually has a lot of usable space. So it has to be practical, right? The wheelbase of the TUV300 Plus remains the same, but what changes is the boot space on offer. The additional length adds 312 liters of cargo space compared to the TUV300, and with the second row down, there's 888 liters of space on offer. But let's get inside to find out how usable this space actually is. Well, to begin with, there are no seat belts on these jump seats. But as you can see, it's pretty crammed up here with just me here. So obviously there is no one who can sit here. The claim of 9 people is probably with 4 kids sitting at the rear. However, it is a little uncomfortable seated in this position. However, these are jump seats. So if you're alone here, you can just put this up and, well, there's additional space for you at the rear. However, there are no rear aircon vents either. So it gets a little stuffy behind here, even with the air conditioning on, because the second row too does not get any aircon vents. So luggage space is pretty decent on this one, more than what you had on the TUV300. But still not a car for 9 adults at all. There are no changes in the front 2 rows. However, the second row gets a bit crammed up for someone like me. With the driver's seat set to my preference, the space behind is minimal. As you can see, there's hardly any knee room, but thanks to the tall boy SUV design, there's good headroom. When it comes to features, there's no surprise. The TUV300 Plus's feature list is similar to its subcompact sibling. So the top spec model gets the same infotainment system as on the TUV300 and comes with navigation, and there are steering mounted controls as well. You also get parking sensors at the rear, but no rear parking camera. However, Mahindra offers this as part of additional accessories. But of course, you want to know how it drives. Now the TUV300 got the 1.5 litre diesel. This one comes with a 2.2 litre M-Hawk engine. Now it churns out 120 brake horsepower and there's 280 Newton meters of torque on offer. And that torque is available from as low as, it's actually below 2000 RPM, and that's good in stop-start traffic conditions. What is also important to note is that this clutch is extremely light, and the gear shifts are really nice, because they slot in well, and it's actually, you can do it with just one finger. Now, there you go. But the thing that they haven't changed is that the reverse gear on the gearbox is left and front. So it takes a little getting used to slot in reverse. Most of the times when you are slotting in the first gear, well, it's the reverse assist actually starts beeping. That's when you understand that it's reverse and not in first. So you have to be a bit careful there, especially when you're in traffic conditions, to put in first and not reverse.
There are no complaints about the way the TUV300 Plus rides. It's an ace at tackling potholes, and the cabin is not disturbed at all, even by the big ones on the road. Take it out into the wilderness and it can wave itself through some mud and some water too. But it's not an off-roader, of course. The TUV300 Plus is available in 3 variants: P4, P6 and P8. Sadly, airbags and ABS are not available on the P4 variant, so it's not standard. Prices start at 9,59,000 rupees going all the way up to 10,98,000 rupees, thus filling the gap between the Bolero and the Scorpio. The TUV300 Plus feels at home in a rural or semi-urban setting, and that's the company's target audience because it gets good amount of space, handles pretty well and tackles rough roads with equal alacrity. However, it certainly feels out of place in the urban jungle.